Okay, part two. I don't know why Facebook literally just ended the video. So, part two of lantern styles. Hi, now we have to wait for everyone to hop back on. So random. I haven't had it fail on me like that. Usually it gives you like a warning, or it'll say, your internet's bad or whatever it may be, but no, not today. Today it just said no mas, and it gave up on us. I have no idea. So drop a comment if you're back for part
Sorry.
2. Facebook does what Facebook wants to do. I probably shouldn't say that on Facebook. Not with the AI bots running around. They're probably going to be like, what are you saying about us? But we were talking about this bow on top. So this bronze loop, now, Kayla.
Now let me retry and post
Yeah,
the lantern.
because now you're going to want to just post the links to everything I'm showing probably.
Okay.
So the cage lanterns in both sizes, the copper willow, and the white sugar pine. Weird. Good. I can't read comments, but I see lots of people hopping back on. So strange. I don't know why it did that.
Deborah said we're back. Renee said we're back. Tracy said it closed all the links.
Yeah. I don't even know why it did that. I went to data mode, so we're not on Wi-Fi in case for some reason the Wi-Fi just went out and weren't aware of it. But usually it spins for a while and it tells you that your internet's slow and it warns you. It just fully gave up. So whatever, moving on. Kayla's getting you the links again, so she's going to get you the links to the cage lantern, to the copper willow hanging, and to the white sugar spruce. I also opted for the gingerbread ribbon because that's what I had near me open that would match. And just showing you that this loop kind of becomes one of your bows, your bow loops. And this is a very rough, because I hand tied it with no pliers. So very rough idea, but something simple that you guys can do at home very easily. And what's great is that this lantern swag, if you take this off at the end of the season, you can keep it tied up and put it on next year and switch out your designs for whatever season. Fall obviously is going to look amazing on this lantern because copper and fall are two peas in a pod. I want to show you what I did to the big one here. I'll take it off and then we'll put it back on just so you can see the full design here. So here is the large cage lantern for 116. Very tall piece. Not letting you do links again?
Not the copper thing.
Not the copper thing. Okay, we'll have to look at it later. So it's about 30 inches tall and 9 inches wide. And let's put the bigger, do you want this one or do you want the tall one? You can take the glass out. I'm just leaving the glass in for today. I'm just going to put in my candle like so. And I went in with the frosted prickly juniper garland. So this garland we've had for many, many years. It's a bestseller. It is not wired at all, really. No, not wired at all. Classic little piece, though, that we've carried. It's really inexpensive. The frosted prickly juniper garland. It is 6 feet long, and I have it just wrapped up on here. So this little garland, if I can give you a bit of a closer
It's
look.
on sale for 19.
19. Technically a winter pine, but for some reason it's on sale. We're not going to question it. And it's frosted, a little bit of snow, a little bit of glitter. It's just a beautiful piece. I've used this several years on my bathroom light fixture in the guest bathroom. It just wraps around my light fixture so easily. And I'm kind of using that to frame out the bottom, but that's tying in my design because I love when the floral goes from top to bottom. Nothing too heavy, but full enough that you can see the style tied together. Then we're going to make a lantern swag. So this lantern swag, because I have more real estate here, I will deconstruct and reconstruct this idea. Can I scan this for you, Kayla? Are you ready?
No.
No. So this
Okay.
one is a mixed pine spray. I'm assuming it's on sale. I don't know actually. It's got blueberries.
Can you try again? It went to a gingerbread ribbon.
What on earth? Maybe it's not reading the full barcode. So this is a mixed pine stem. You got eucalyptus, cedar, blueberries, pine cones, spruce, bottle brush, all sorts of stuff on here actually. We can kind of bend this one up, set up our pine cones so we can see them nicely.
$22.
And this one, again, just bent. Typically, I would be bending this into a loop and wiring it to my lantern if this was for sale, but if you're just designing this at home, you don't have to make it shippable. So you get to skip a few steps that we do here.
Terry, we had something happen and the video ended, so now we're on again.
Yes, part 2. We don't know what happened. It just straight up quit. So crazier things have happened.
Yeah, but if you're looking for that copper thing, it's called copper hanging stem.
Copper hanging stem. Okay. So on top of this, we're going to add in my favorite soft champagne maidenhair. This is an icy maidenhair stem that kind of comes out to be a gingerbread color, a soft tan color. It's got a bendy vine stem. It's a little shorter, a little smaller, a bit more delicate, but all we need is 3 little tendrils. You can actually curl, oh, now the tag fell off. You can actually curl this to give it a little bit more shape and body. And we're going to stack that on this. So we're going to literally lay it in the middle. This is easier to do. Can you see this okay, hopefully? We're going to lay it down the middle. And I like to kind of stagger my heights here. So you'll see that I have the pine is the longest. A little up is my maidenhair. And now we're going to do another item that's a little bit shorter. So here's the maidenhair added to my stack. Then we got to have a little blue color. Woo! Clinging on to everything. This is the ribbon spiral. We have it in 3 colors. This happens to be the blue color. It's like a midnight blue color. We also have it in red and silver. If they're still in stock, I don't know. Inexpensive, really fun.
$5.
$5. They are not wired, but they have a really strong coil shape. And I just kind of separate the coils so that way they're all separate, just like when you curl your hair. And we can lay this on top. And I'll show you 2 different things you can do here. But we can just lay that on top. I'm going to bring one of these down and around. And we have the base of our design here. So now I'm just going to loop it through my ring that comes on the lantern. I got to get this piece too here. The trick when I'm not cutting, because normally I'd cut and wire these things together, is just keeping my stems good. But these are all for sale, so I don't want to cut anything. Although, maybe Linda should make this lantern swag a design if you guys like it.
Terry loved, she got her order and she got the measuring cups. She
Oh,
loves
good!
them.
Aren't they so sweet? Such sweet little pieces. All right, so there is the lantern topper. Super simple. A bow would finish the look as usual. If you wanted to do bells instead of blue, it's a really simple switch out. There we go. So you could do a few different things here. I always like to hang ornaments or bells. Bells are the easy choices. It's going to be a little loud. These are the Jingle Bell ornament. This is a charcoal color with a thick jute rope. Nice Jingle Bell sound. Thick knot up there.
$16.
Wow, that's a good price point. I'm going to turn this just so I can hang it on here without doing the guessing game. And you can kind of see what that would look like on there. And I really do like the galvanized dark charcoal color with the bronze. The metals are not fighting. They are totally happy together, and that pine kind of gives it a nice set point. If you're more of a gold girl, though, I do have a great gold bell set. That's
Ruth
like
said, thanks for saying hi on my order, Kayla. Sometimes I get a little urge and I write a little note on your order.
Sometimes it's nice to be able to let you know we're thinking of you. We see all the names.
And Pat said, I love how you are making lantern swags that you can just use later for something else.
Absolutely. So here at Magnolias, if you buy a design from us, they're handmade in-house, and they are made really durable because we are shipping them all over the United States. And so we are cutting things, we're gluing, we're wiring with pliers really tight, so that way you can get them home. use them and not worry about them falling apart. If you're making things at home, you have the luxury of making things a little less tied together, because if next year I want to do a totally different swag, or I want to unwire this and switch out this for some red or something like that, you have the luxury of not having it so tight or cut, so that way you can do something different the following year, giving your stems even more life. This is the gold jingle bell ornament. Did you find this one?
Yep, there's 16 also.
Awesome. So if you wanted the gold, I'm just going to hold it here so you can get the color. I like that too, actually.
Shirley says she likes the bells on there.
Me too. The bells are a little bit more of a statement, especially for a lantern this size. This is a big lantern.
Cute, though.
I like the gold more than the bronze.
I'm not a gold, but I do like that.
I like this more than the charcoal just because, you know, I'm a high contrast girl.
Mm-hmm.
All the high contrast. So that actually is really fun. So there's a few ways to style this. If you want something a little bit smaller, some ornaments, I would recommend fun-shaped ornaments. This is like right in my face. This Christmas tree ornament is see if it focuses, a soft taupe color, very icy with a snowed edge. There you go, Facebook. Focus up. There you go. With a snowed edge. It's a really beautiful piece. Isn't that nice? And it's a solid glass. So glass piece.
Can you scan that?
I can. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's got to turn on again. And then I also have a pine cone I'm going to show you that's a bit more bronze. Did it go? There it is. There.
Geez, I hope they can't hear my stomach growling in the mic.
We need lunch if that's what's happening. So you can do some fun-shaped ornaments in your swag. You could do 2 Christmas trees maybe. I just wanted to grab one so you could see the size. And then we have this pine cone. I can scan when you're ready.
Okay. Ready.
Ready. And this one is $6.99 is the regular price, and it would be 15% off.
That one's only $5.
Oh, wow. It's a bit more like a bronzy pewter color with iced edges, and it's really beautiful with this. So I would do 2 of those. So one or the other, but do 2 of whatever you're doing. 3 if you like it a little bigger.
Rose asked how tall the lantern swag is.
The swag, that's a good question. The swag is about 21 inches long on a 30-inch lantern. So it's taking up, you know, 2/3 of my lantern. And if you wanted to do some, there's nowhere for a candle ring down here, so I can make the top a little longer because it's hanging.
I love that.
Looked really good. Okay, we have some more behind me in more of a gold color. Oh, heavy. This one is a heavy lantern. So here is a beautiful antiqued gold lantern. We have it in 2 sizes. Ready?
You ready?
Ready! This one is 9 by 21. Just verify. 9.5, actually. More like 9.5 by 20. 9.5 by 20.
It says 21.3.
No.
20?
Yeah, 20. For sure. But yeah, definitely 9.5. So this is the bigger size, and what I've done on here is a few different things. So I took out the hurricane that it comes with. It comes with this clear glass insert. I have suggested to people in the past, if you want to use a Fia Flame, spray this with that spray snow, and you can get a snowy piece that you can then put the Fia Flame in. Where did I set my Fia Flame? Here. Because if you just put a Fia Flame in here, there's no magic. You need it to be semi-opaque. So if you spray this with some kind of translucent, or I've done snow before, that will give it a frosty look, and then you won't see the actual Fia Flame, you'll just see the glow. So it comes with this, but today, okay, we're gonna have to make sure I get all of these back in their correct. I see the pile starting. Today, I'm doing a luminary in here.
That lantern is $79.
Thank you. Then we have this glass crackle luminary, I think is what it's called, or vase, lighted vase maybe. I think it's called a lighted vase. It's a full heavy crackle finish with opal snow at the bottom. You have a soft gold and white trees with gold and silver. These are hand done, and it comes with lights on the inside. And yes, there's a timer. So score. Then, did you find that one?
It's called the Gold Tree Lighted Glass Pillar.
Okay, glass
for
pillar.
$39 on sale.
Okay. And then this is the candle ring I'm using. I will scan it because I have no name.
Okay,
when
second.
you're ready. This is a super snowy, bright green candle ring. Just a solid base. It's very, very full and fluffy.
Fairlisle. Cedar candle ring.
Just click on the link. It's about a little over 12 inches wide, and it has a 4-inch opening. So this is actually fitting on here really nicely. And I just kind of went at an angle and set that in here. Bring those down. Then you'll see that I did a few different things on top. So first, I'll set this to the side. I have this lovely teardrop. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. So this is basically a pre-made lantern swag or chair back. This is basically a pre-made version of that. You've got little bells, you've got a sparkly pine, you've got a loop for easy hanging, and you could just put this straight on your lanterns, your chair back, your bar stools.
18.
$18?
Yep.
Wow, great. And a great price point. So lots of different uses. Jingle bell, very tinny little bell on there. Very cute. And it actually just goes over the top of this lantern perfectly. Like it was made to be there. And so it fits perfectly on there. And I don't really have to do anything to it. I am going to put this in my center here because I think a luminary or this lighted pillar looks better. And then I have this stunning, very elegant gold beaded garland.
Ready.
This garland has pearls, gems, a gold base. Let me bring this close so you can see it. Gold base, pearls, rhinestones, and little gold leaves.
On sale for $25.
$25. A lot of jewels on here. And I just wound this around up on my swag and down through. It's definitely harder to do it when you can't see the front, but you'll get the idea there. And you could do, of course, a bow on top would be really pretty. I didn't actually get any bows out from the back. You guys have bought them very quickly. We need to make some more. But that is a very simple, bit more elegant style. And then there's a smaller size. You could do the same exact thing to the smaller version here. This one does not have a tag, Kayla.
Okay.
So if you see the name of that one, could give you this one. So same thing, but a smaller size.
Deep gold rustic.
It's just under 8 inches wide. About 8 inches wide. And the height on this is about 15 inches tall. And you can see them side by side for comparison.
And the small one is $62.
Okay. So 62 for the small. We'll put him back here. You could do the same concept on the smaller one. You just wouldn't be able to do the big lighted pillar. You would have to do a smaller option, but either or would work. The last new lantern I have for you today is also in a gold color. I love this one. Very sleek, traditional look. Let me take all the things off here so you can see the lantern as is. Ready to scan? Can we scan it? Not yet?
No.
Now. It is also gold. It says 6 by 4.5 by 22. Let's check it.
Gold Chelsea lantern.
Chelsea lantern. So yes, a little over 6. 4 3/4 is what I would say. And the height is, 22.5. So very sleek, traditional looking kind of shape. Traditional, transitional, modern. It's very ambiguous. So you can kind of go either way. Nice hold. Did you say the price of this
58.
one? 58. Okay, great price point.
Robin said she ordered both caged lanterns.
I can't wait to see how they look at your house. You could do, like, this big one is so big, you could put them on the floor because I know you can't really see it, but the big one goes up to my leg. So it goes up to like my thigh. So it's a very tall lantern. You could put it on the floor. Then I did a lantern swag out of 2 of these little pine sprays. So, magic. I'll scan this one.
Okay.
This I used 2 because I needed it longer, and it's a real thin, delicate little stem. I love, though, that it has mixed berries and pine cones and different tones of pine. So by stacking these either sideways or I'm opting for a vertical stack, it's giving me a better look. So I'm going to take the 2.
$8.
$8. I'm looping it through. Normally we'd be wiring and cutting and gluing and doing all the things. But if you're doing it at home, you really just need it to be able to sit there. And then I make a longer piece, and I can kind of move it down a little if I want, mix it a little fuller and a little longer. Then I thought, ooh, I want an ornament to hang here. So I am taking, this is the Burgundy Beauty glass ornament. Regular price is $10. It's 15% off. In the finial shape, I would not do a round ornament. I would do a finial or a kismet or an onion, whatever you call it. Just something else. I should show you what I'm doing, sorry. I'm just looping that around the stem. And then let's see if I can do this backwards. It's always a bit of a trick to do it backwards versus in the front. So I want that to hang in the center. I want my pine to kind of come off to the side. And there you have it.
Deborah said, yeah, 2 boxes from Magnolia's just arrived.
Yay! Everyone's going to be in full Christmas decorating mode here shortly. This is like the first wave of Christmas decorating, and then there's a lull, and then after Thanksgiving there's another big wave of Christmas decorating, but most of the time people have purchased everything. They just can't put it up until after they host or whatever it may be. You could do a few different candles. I would go for a tall if you wanted to do something simple. Could you hand me the tall red candle over there? Just so we can kind of see what that would look like.
The tallest?
Yeah, the tallest. Thank you. This is a red candle, red wax, warm light. We use these for Valentine's, patriotic, and of course Christmas. So there you go. You can use the hurricane if you want. It actually doesn't look bad. I just don't think it's like necessary, but they all come with hurricanes. And then you could do a little candle ring around the bottom or like a little pine. How much time do I have? Oh, I'm right on time. So this is a maidenhair. Let's see. It's called the Sequin Fern Spray in red. So this is the friend to the champagne, but in a beautiful red color. Not fun. So you could do this around the bottom if you wanted. If you didn't have the hurricane, you'd be wanting to kind of hide the gap here.
$5.
Do that. So expensive. You can do that with some small pine or, in this case, this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my candle here. I'm going to make a circle. I would normally cut that off, but for the sake of fast designing, I'm just hiding it. And then this is going to hook around my candle. And then I'm going to just bend it to shape, some going up on the opposite side, la la, and then some coming around the candle to kind of hide the gap. And you could do more of this pine around the candle as well. And it's kind of hard for me to see, but roughly that idea. You could do any kind of little candle rings, spruce. You could add drapey elements if it's like laying on a table. You could wrap this around it. White looks beautiful with these lanterns. You could, here's platinum with the lanterns. If you do it with white, it'd be fine. Here is silver with the lantern. Turn it a little so you can see the color. Huh, that's better. Silver with it, white with it. You could do snowy pine. So let me give you a link to this. This is the flocked cedar pick. This would be another great option. It's a smaller stem from the Snow Cherry collection. that could be bent and just used straight into your design. It's even got a nice pine to come up and shape that way. And that would be beautiful on here too. If you like the glitz and glitter look, that would be fun. I actually laid out a glitz and glitter topper that we didn't get time to talk about, but I will give you the pieces too. So, ready?
Ready.
This is the split pine. Kayla's going to get you all the links. Split pine winter stem.
For $6.
Okay. Snow with glitter. That's my base. So essentially you want 2 to 3 small stems for a lantern swag. Then I have the snow tag silver maidenhair, maybe is what it's called. But I don't have a tag. It's a very small stem. You can see it in front of my shirt better. Stacked on top.
There's a silver glittered maiden hairspray or a silver glitter maiden hairspray.
Which one's cheaper?
I think it's this one.
Okay. It's probably the cheaper one because it's a small stem. And then we have the red velvet cherry blossom. Favorite around here for many, many years. On sale in the Christmas sale right now. And just like that, we have another lantern swag. So you take this guy, you bend, and you'd hook over your lantern. Shape a little bit more, but yeah, essentially. That is a very easy lantern swag for the glitz and glitter, which we need to talk about more. And tomorrow is Floral Friday, so we're gonna, if you have a big lantern, oh my gosh, this looks so cool. A big old amaryllis or amaranthus.
Amar something.
Amaranthus? Amaryllis. No, it's an amaranthus. Sorry. It's definitely an amaranthus. An amaryllis
is it
is
the
a flower.
luxurious?
Luxurious?
Luxurious.
Kayla needs lunch. Someone feed this girl.
I don't think that's it.
That's funny. We can find it too later. But yeah, essentially you can make lantern swags out of any kind of small stems. I always encourage a fun shape to be added to your lantern swags. I just think it makes it stand out, especially when you get one of our pre-designed lantern swags at home. Putting an ornament in there can really take it up a notch. We don't typically add ornaments to our floral designs anymore because we don't want them to break during shipping. But a lot of times we'll say like, okay, we suggest this with it. You can layer it, hang a few pine cones with it. Totally up to you. But yeah, okay, so that is all the lanterns I have for you today. Everything's at magnoliasne.com. Tomorrow we are doing Floral Friday. Riley's going to help me tomorrow, and we're going to show you a lot of new floral designs because I think you guys have been missing some of the cool new designs that Kelsey and Linda have made. So hang out with me tomorrow at noon, and we'll see you then. Bye, guys.